Today I'm going to be attempting to catch some crucians on the method feeder using a very tiny method feeder and tiny wafters and tiny tactics. Tiny tactics. Rhymes well, doesn't it? So yeah, I'll show you the setup, I'll show you the lake. I'm lucky the club that I come to, Pulborough Angling Society, they have a Crucian Carp pond. It's only a small pond, they call it New Pond, and it is only stocked with crucians. So yeah, it's fantastic. I've had, I think, 3 goes on it so far and blanked every single time. I've really struggled, but to be fair, I've fished too heavy and haven't fished maggots. Today I'm going to be fishing very light, as I said, and using tiny little wafters and see if that does the trick. So let me show you the pond, and yeah, let's see if we can't catch ourselves a crucian. Exciting. I've never actually caught one before, so fingers crossed. Right, this is the pond. So peaceful and quiet here. I'm gonna have to keep my voice down a bit. Oh, look, little blue tip there, I think, on the water. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'll have to keep my voice down a bit because there's other guys fishing on the lake next door there. But yeah, it's only a small pond, as I say. And goes to there. And yeah, I have been told that fishing on this side, right into the lilies there, can be good. I've been told that the swim over that side is good. I've seen a guy catching on this swim over here before, and to be fair, I have seen 2 fish show in that area over there, so maybe I'm in the wrong location, we shall find out. But to start with, I'm going to start here because I'm on this nice wooden platform. It's nice and easy. And the weather's fantastic today as well. It is the 17th of October and it is so mild and warm. It's really good, so hopefully it'll be good fishing weather. Okay, let me show you what we're going to be using today. So I have got the Preston ICS mini method feeder, which is tiny. There's my thumb. Could do with a pound coin or something. It is like really tiny, but you want to keep it small for crucians, most definitely. So ICS, they do the ICS system. Oh, this is the ICS. Oh, I'm confused now. I thought I'd bought the ICM. I bought the wrong thing then, because I got the quick change beads for the ICM. Oh, have I bought the right thing here? Oh, I have. Okay. I thought I'd bought an ICM because they do those, but this is an ICS. Anyway, this is what I've got. But I have got the ICM beads, which will probably fit in there okay. Got the mould with it. I'm going to band the wafters, and I've got these tiny micro bands because I'm going to be using these Sonubaits. Tiny. I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're like, well, I suppose about the size of a 2mm pellet. So I'm going to give those a go and keep it really small. Just a few pellets on the feeder with one of those on the band. I think I've got a 16 or 18 hook, and see how we get on with that. So let's get the rig sorted. Right, that's it tied on there. So in the end I decided to use a matrix bead that I had because it's a more neater sort of fit and a snug fit in there. So that works, and I've got that tied onto, if I'm going to stuck out my t-shirt, a size 16. What hook is it? Got them here. There we go. Preston KKMB barbless. Now I've got it on a 4-inch hook link, and I'm already thinking I should have made that shorter. Probably should have done that 3 inches at the most, but we'll see. Then got the band on there, a tiny little micro band, and very small setup. So let's get some pellets out and get a wafter on there and get fishing. So I've got some pellets left over from yesterday, so hopefully these are still okay. Might need a little bit more water in them, but we'll put a bit of glaze on them and just to zhuzh them up a bit. Give those a mix up. That should sticky them up a bit to the feeder. Man, my bander. I'm going to need this, and I think we'll start with yellow, lucky yellow. It's just so tiny. The line that I've tied for the hook length, I would have liked lighter really. I think it's like this £7, I think. It would have been nicer to have that a bit thinner diameter. Well, it's pretty good, so we'll see. Blimey, that's tiny, that band. I can't even get it on the bander. Get on there. There we go. Look at that. That is small, but that's good. Right. Let's get our mould out of the packet. Look how cute that is. That's brilliant. Right, let's get that cast out. So I think to start with, is that a bubble there as well? I'll just chuck it just down there. And it's now 12 o'clock. So I'll give it a good half an hour, see if we get any indications. I can't believe it, we're in. I was thinking there's no chance of me getting one because I've blanked on here every single time, and we got one. Well, it worked. Brilliant. I'm going to get a picture with this. Look at that, little bar gold. Perfectly hooked. Yep, I'm sorry, Mr. Crucian. Alright. Let's get that out of there. There a second. Let me get that net for you. Just there for a sec. Right. Well, here we go, my first ever Crucian Carp. Well, there we have it, first ever Crucian. Goodbye, nice to meet you. That was very easy. Well, I've managed to break the blank on this lake. So, let's see if we can get another one. I don't know how big they go up to in here. I don't think they're massive in here. Apparently the guy was telling me they've put some in the Tench Lake next door, and they go a bit bigger in there now. Yeah, let's get another one. I mean, I have heard of guys like catching like 70 or 80 in a session here. I mean, obviously it's not the same. They have keep nets as well, so I'm not catching the same ones. We got ourselves another one. Well, this one's given a bit of a fight. Here it is. Oh, there we go. That wouldn't take long again either. Is he a bit bigger, this one? Yeah, a little bit bigger. Okay, fish number 2. A little bit of a bigger one. Beautiful fish, aren't they? Pop the back. Off it goes. Next. I should set up a counter really at this rate. Maybe I spoke too soon and thought this was going to be too easy. It's gone dead again now. Yeah. Might have to change locations if we don't get one soon. They can be tricky little buggers, these Crucians. Let me know in the comments if you fish for them and what tactics you use. I know maggots are very good for them. One guy was recommending bread punch as well, and obviously a tiny hook. I've got a 16 on, but I think it could go even smaller than that. Come on, Crucians. I thought we were just gonna be reeling them in. Oh, was that an indication? Probably just me wobbling the chair. Come on. Oh, that's an indication. Definitely. Okay, so there are fish there. That's good. Right, we'll sit back and wait a bit then. Well, I was just chatting to a guy who came over for a little chat. He's not doing too well on the lake next door, so he's just going to turn his chair around and stick his rod in here because we've seen a few fish showing. Seen a couple of fish show over there. They jump out the lily pads and virtually beach themselves on there. And when I was whilst I was chatting to him, I was just got my phone to type something in my phone, and yeah, hooked into one. And by the time I put my phone down and picked the rod up, I'd lost it. But there has been one that's just jumped just over where my feeder is, so we shall see. What time is it now? Nearly 1 o'clock. So hour in, 2 fish. Started very quickly, now it's died. Right, I just thought I'd show you the setup, and I'm just stopped for a fuel break. Using a Preston ignition 9-foot feeder rod with a Preston inertia 320 reel with my Preston ignition feeder chair. Did I say that's an ignition rod? I think I didn't. Or did I say inertia? It's an ignition. I think they've brought out a new version of that. I don't know what they've called it. And yeah, landing net. Don't think we're going to need the unhooking mat for this, the cradle. There's nothing that big in it. Just had a massive indication again. I think I flipping missed it again. Oh, there we go, we're on. No, we're not. Well, that was a huge indication again. If I get many more of those, I think that's a good sign that I need to shorten that hook length down. I think a 3-inch hook length would have been better. Alright, I've tied up a shorter hook length to about 3 inches. See if that helps the situation, which I think it will. Bang, I'll do another. I have to add a bit more water to these pellets. Just come out the front. And there. Oh, let's rock it on. struggling. What started off like it was going to be easy is now turning into a bit of a mission. I think I might have to change locations. Maybe try it more over here in the sunshine. Maybe even right down in the margin just here. Not sure. Might try a different colour as well. Let's give a pink a go this time. I'm also going to put some pellets in the mould first before I put the hook bait in. Sort of have the hook bait in the middle. Try that. Well, I had a guy come and chat to me, and I was just tying up another rig because I wanted the hair a bit closer to the hook. And sod's law, caught another one, so we're on, what's that, 3. But unfortunately I couldn't film it because he was stood here chatting, so always the way. Seems whenever anyone comes and talks to me, I end up catching. But that's not good for my videos. Very inconsiderate of them. Oh, another one jumped over there then. They seem to like sort of beaching themselves on top of the lily pads. It's almost like you watch them, they jump out the water, land on a lily pad and sort of flap around a bit and then go back in again. Pour a coffee, that always brings fish. The guy did say that he'd never seen anybody catch a crucian on here using a feeder, so he was quite surprised about that. We like to do things differently on this channel. We like a challenge. And if you haven't already done so, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you get notified. I try and bring out a video every Wednesday. And also if you could hit like and subscribe, that would be fantastic, and just leave a comment, say hello. It really helps boost the video. That would be much appreciated. Costs you nothing. Make my day. Who was it? Was it Arnie? Go ahead, make my day. Was that Arnie, or was that oh no, it was Clint Eastwood, wasn't it, in Dirty Harry? Yeah. In and put that new hook length that I've just tied up because I'm happy with that, and then I'm going to stick it out and leave it for a good amount of time. Ouch. The good thing about these quick change beads is so easy. Just swap the hook lengths. That looks about perfect, I reckon. See if they like a bit of orange. So it's so easy to swap your hook length if you can actually see what you're doing. At last. Didn't want to lose him. Slow going, but we got another one. Nicely in the lip. Yes, you're going to jump, aren't you? Okay. So you can see, this is a Crucian. I think they only stocked them in here last year apparently, so they're still like growing. So let's get you back, shall we? Thank you very much, Mr. Crucian. What was that one before? So again, proof that you can catch crucians using wafters and pellets on a tiny method feeder. Well, it's now getting to 4:30 and they are certainly proving tricky to catch. I'm going to have one last go. I think I'm going to change the colour and have one last go and leave it at that. Well, it's just hit 5 o'clock and I'm going to call it a day because bites seem to have dried up. I think all the lakes are fishing hard today. It's not just me, the other guys have been saying that. So would it have been better if I'd have had a pole with a very small hook and a maggot on? Don't know, maybe not sure. I guess at least the good thing is having a lightweight pole rig is that you get that float shotted right down. The slightest bite you strike at it with a Crucian, whereas on a feeder you don't quite have that luxury. But we did catch, so it wasn't a blank, and I've always blanked on here before. They are notoriously tricky to catch on here. So what did we have, 4, 5? So yeah, it worked with the feeder, and with the micro Sonubaits pellets, they definitely worked as well. I'd imagine on a more sort of general lake with smaller fish like bream and roach and whatever, I'd think that small method feeder with a size 16 hook and the little micro wafters would be absolutely deadly tactic. I would think you'd be catching pretty much all the time with them. Yeah, anyway, short but sweet one today. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I said earlier, please hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I shall see you next week with another video.